This Guy's Garage. Like and subscribe.
Yeah. So, what, as an example of those 7 cases that you've been involved in, what type of obstruction were involved? Was it altering documents, refusing to turn over documents? Was it, as we saw with Vice Admiral Mark Norman using code
what we
words?
see the most is destruction of documents.
Destruction.
Yeah.
Your recommendation was talking about good, email safe management. A good hygiene, email hygiene, I think would be the term, and making sure that you would move from. If you were 5 in an office and you're all on the email chain, that the person responsible should be the one that keeps it in a place that it's referenced, that can be easily found afterwards, and everybody else should delete their emails. But I'm just thinking practically. From you're a public servant, no one wants to make a headline. No one wants to be on your bad side. And let's say 4 of the 5 delete their emails, but maybe there was a cross discussion that happened with one of those 4, and they didn't even think about it. They just erased their emails. But when you come in and make an investigation, doesn't it look like they were hiding something, or that they were erasing information so that it wouldn't be tippable? I mean, isn't that the uncharitable interpretation that could happen? And wouldn't that put amazing pressure on that individual public servant who really in good faith thought that all the information was copied and they were safe to eliminate that information?
Well, we have to make sure that the documents that are being saved are corporate value. The other thing we see is that there's conversation that are not corporate values. So
I'm guilty of that.
Yeah. So personal, emails, or so there's that creeps in sometimes too. Are you coming from lunch or? But so we have to make sure that we capture what was the discussion about. You don't have to keep the emails if then you go back and you make a memo out of it. And you say, we discussed this. This is what we was taking into consideration. This is a decision that was made. The email is just a conversation. It's like having a meeting. You don't record the meeting. You record minutes at the end. The problem with what you said, I understand what you're saying. Like somebody could be worried about erasing something, but again, you have to look at the chain and see what's the corporate value. Do you have to keep all your emails about everything? No, the stuff that would lead somebody understand the decision, that lead to why there's a policy change. And if I see that 4 people discuss it and you have the chain of one person at least kept it, I don't see how I could be mad at the other 3 for doing proper management of the information.